was talking to a friend of mine at work, and what I noticed about him is that he seemed disturbed about something. And he came to me, he said, "Dave, can I talk to you for a minute?" And I'm like, "Yeah," because it was more than 20 minutes before we had to start our shift. So I asked him, I said, what's going on with you, man? You look kind of irritated. He said, me and my wife had got into a dispute at home about the coming election. And so he was telling me that he had decided to side with Trump because of the issue with the economy. And by her being a woman, he felt as though the only reason why she said that she was going to side with Kamala was the fact that Kamala is a woman, let alone a so-called black. And so he said they were bumping heads for at least 30 minutes. And he said he's never seen her so verbally violent. And he was trying to explain to her one of the reasons why he sided with Trump, because of the broken economy. And he perceived from his wife that she's only voting for Kamala for the same reason why 98% of black people voted for Obama. It was the fact that Obama was black, and that was it. But most of her aggression not only comes from the fact that she thinks that Kamala is black, but the fact that Kamala is a woman. And he was trying to explain to her that that's not sufficient to vote for someone simply because of race and gender. And so he said as the dispute went forward, she threatened to divorce him simply because of this coming election. And he was very upset about it. And so I just told him, I really can't tell you how to maintain your marriage. I can't tell you who to vote for. I can't tell you who to support, but I did help him understand that what's most important is not who you're gonna vote for. What's most important is maintaining your marriage. If you love this woman, and if she loves you, then love is that's the foundation that you guys have to maintain your marriage. It's a foundation for you to continue to build on, not what's going on with these politicians. And one of my videos that I made a while back, it doesn't have me speaking on it, but one of them does, the danger of information, the effects of information. And what I've noticed when it comes to this particular election is that politics divides people into these different sects: Democrat, Republican, Independent. Even though you say you're independent, you're still in a section, which implies that you are in a disagreement of the Democrats or the Republicans. And so when you have a household that is also divided by way of these different sects of information which oppose one another, you're gonna have some conflict, whether it's in your marriage or in a current relationship. But what we're gonna have to understand is that we're human beings and we carry emotions. And so when you accumulate this information, you have to keep in mind that these sections of information, so you might as well call them logical compartments. And the reason why they are in compartments is because they oppose one another. There's some areas within this information that opposes one another. And so the possibility of clashing is very evident. But you can't dismiss or forget the fact that there is love between you and your partner. You can't be so blinded by how much you hate Trump or hate Kamala to blind you of the fact that you love one another. And that is what's most important. Despite who is allowed in office by this government, no matter how many votes are for either one, this government system is going to put in office who they feel is best for first themselves and what is best for the government, which is the people. We're going to get the crumbs and the morsels, and we're just going to have to deal with what is left of what is best for us after this government has already established what is best for them. So a lot of people say, well, Kamala, she, you can tell someone's in her ear. Kamala is just a spokesperson for the people who are behind her, who pushed her forward in order to speak for them and their best interest. What I believe a whole lot of people don't like about Trump is the fact that Trump is the most honest politician that I've ever seen in my life based upon his character. Now, he may have some flaws about some of the things that he says. Maybe he is lying about a whole lot of things that he talks about. I can't speak accurately on what he could be lying about because I don't spend a whole lot of time studying the inner workings of politics. But I do know one thing: what irritates a whole lot of people about Trump is that characteristically, Trump is very much himself. Trump will clown you. Trump will say certain things you already know. But Trump is going to be Trump. And I keep trying to tell people that what is most important is fixing the economy. Because the economy is what affects us. It doesn't affect the government. Those people are fine. I mean, you have people in the House of Representatives and all of those different areas of the government machine. Those people are millionaires. They're fine. And so whoever they feel is going to maintain their lifestyle, that is the individual that they're going to put in office. And all of those people who are in Kamala's ears, they are working for their behalf, not ours. She's just there to get you to think that she's in your best interest. And if you look at a whole lot of the debates, she blames Trump for everything. And Trump haven't been in office. You know, it just seems like everything that is wrong with the economy right now and with the country is right now. I don't see how they feel so comfortable blaming Trump for everything when they've been in office for almost 4 years. And she said that she backed every decision that Biden had did, and yet still she says she's different than Biden. And the country is in the shape that it's in right now, not because of her and Biden. You know, it's like this. This is a very critical time. I know it seems as though I'm all over the place, you know, and I was talking about how Trump's character and his personality is such. Okay, Kamala's personality, we haven't determined what her personality is because she keeps switching up on us like a chameleon, which implies she's a deceiver. However, she's a politician, and what makes her any different than any other politician? You know, the race issue keeps coming up, and I keep trying to tell people it's not about race. It's not about gender. It's about fixing the economy. It's not about this hatred campaign that you're trying, that a whole lot of people are trying to promote about Trump. Nobody cares how you feel about Trump. Nobody cares how in depth you hate Trump. I don't care. It's people out here who are suffering. It's jobs being contaminated with a whole lot of these immigrants coming over here who have attitudes towards the people who have been here the majority of their lives. What are you going to do about that? Fix the economy. If you fix the economy, then maybe the economy will be beneficial for everyone, including the immigrants who come over here. So if the economy is functioning effectively to where everyone feels as though they have a chance of making it, then the whole immigration problem may not be as important as it's being made. The whole thing is a whole lot of us feel abandoned. A whole lot of us feel heartbroken. A lot of us feel let down with the Biden administration. When it all boils down to it, as I told my friend at work, if this is affecting your home, you have to understand the effects of politics in terms of the information that is within the political arena. Don't let it affect you as a human being to the degree that it affects your marriage, your relationship in every area of living, to the degree where you come to work and you're disturbed, and so now you are in the general public, and everyone is going to be affected by what has affected you. And you have to understand what affected you could be affecting them as well. Because we're in a very critical time to where we have to be very cautious on how certain levels of information affect us as human beings. America has forever been a corporation. A corporation is a machine. Okay? This was before called the New World, and I think I explained this before. If the economy is broken, then the machine is broken. If the machine is broken, it's gonna affect the people. And if it's gonna affect the people, it's gonna affect the environment. And once the environment is affected, you're gonna have a hostile environment. And it's not only gonna affect the social environment, but it's going to seep into your homes, because what affects the economy is going to affect the homes. So you have to keep that in mind. It's not about how much you hate Trump. It's not about how much we hate Kamala and we're unsure of her. It's not about that. It's about restoring the economy and even fix the economy, making the economy better so that we all can have a stake in this country, because this is a very critical time. And what makes this time more critical than a whole lot of people realize is that the effects of this coming election and all of this voting is starting to affect the home. And let's not forget, there's a lot of children in them homes. There's a lot of children in them homes. So this is my final take on this fixing the economy. Because, as I said before, I have a friend at work whose wife is talking about divorcing him simply because he supports Trump's agenda of fixing the economy. And Kamala, who helped destroy the economy, still haven't ushered in a plan in order to restore the economy. And now you have Obama getting himself involved. Obama and his wife is fine. His family is fine. But what about yours? What about yours? Focus on you. Focus on your life and your environment and your home, and understand that there's a very big possibility that what's going on today could destroy not only your family, but you as a human being. So all of the hatred that is coming out of all of this chaos in terms of these politicians, understand what's most important is for you to stay human. Stay humane. Understand that Donald Trump is a human being just as much as Kamala is a human being. So if you find yourself wishing things on them, as so many people are wishing death on Donald Trump and saying that, oh man, I wish that that bullet would have killed him. You have to understand how you're being destroyed in terms of your morality. Don't let this election cause you not to don't let this election cause you to lose your humanity. That's what I'm trying to say. And so when it all boils down to it, you're responsible for what's going on in your household. And therefore you're responsible on how you are allowing all of this chaos to affect you as a human being. Because when it all boils down to it, it's not worth losing your marriage, it's not worth losing friendships, and it's not worth you losing yourself.